In the morning light, he shares his fight. Sober James, he's been there, done that night. Through the darkest days, he found his way. A beacon shining bright, leading us to stay. Oh, Sober James, you show the way to a life that's free, where we can say no more shadows, no more pain. Keep doing the damn thing, breaking every chain. The story is told, hearts unfold, finding strength in the courage he holds. Hand in hand we stand side by side, facing storms, don't need to hide. Sober hearts we start anew, thanks to you we know it's true. Oh, Sober James, you show the way to a life that's free, where we can say no more shadows, no more pain. Keep doing the damn thing, breaking every chain. With stories told, hearts unfold, oh, finding strength side by side, facing storms, don't need to hide. Sober hearts, we start anew. Thanks to you, we know what's true.
That it? Mic.
Oh, Sober James,
Auxiliary.
show the way,
Yes.
show the
Check.
way
1, 2.
to a
Check.
life that's free,
Oh, there it is.
where we can
Finally.
say
Thank
no
you.
more shadows,
All right.
no more pain. In the morning light,
In the morning light.
shares his fight.
Hey,
Sober
how's it
James,
going?
he's
Can you
been
hear me
there,
now?
done that night.
Turn
Through
this
the
music off.
darkest
Now
days,
the dogs are barking. Hi. Shh. My name is James, and I just figured out how to use my microphone again, because it's been 2 months since I've used it. It's been 2 months since I began my job as a postman for the United States Postal Service. It's been 11 months, almost 12 months since my last drink. And it's been almost 44 years since I was born. We're going to talk about it. I don't know if this mic is muffled. I'm kind of distracted right now because of some dogs barking. I'm not sure how it sounds. I'm not sure how it is. My name is James. I am a recovering alcoholic most of the time. I haven't had a drink in 337 days. It is my 12th month of an alcohol-free life. I haven't streamed in 60 days, so forgive me if I don't know how to use the microphone. But you guys are used to it if you've been here for years. John Venturini in the house. Thanks to John Venturini. There's a theme song. Tina Hinkle, it's so good to see you all. Oh, I can't believe I had such a sketchy start to a stream for the first time in 2 months. Tina, Gail, and Miss Holly Ford. A lot of things have happened since we spoke last. About 100 days ago, I got demonetized by YouTube and did my 90 days. I am again monetized, and 15 of you are still members. Thank you. I have been recovering from the seemingly hopeless state of chronic alcoholism that happened from May of 2023 to November 30th of 2023. But it's been happening my entire life. We're also going to talk about how alcoholism is still very much present when alcohol is not. We'll talk about dry drunkenness. I've been the driest of drunks on some of these days. I've been working damn near every day, sometimes 12-hour days, trying to learn how to be a rural carrier associate for the United States Postal Service. Good to see all of you. There's Teddy Bear, Gail McGillum, 2 years sober. Good for you, Gail. You must be doing better than I am. We're going to talk about in this next hour live stream, we're going to talk about how you all are doing and maybe get your feedback on some of the stuff I've been going through with the new job, with turning 44 here and coming up in a month or so. Almost a year sober again. We're going to talk about how time and sobriety, and me having a bunch of it, different stints of sobriety, 12 months, 18 months, 7.5 years without a drink. And this time I'm in my 12th month, and we're going to talk about how time is a variable that isn't as important as going to AA meetings. Let me just say that. We're going to talk about the medicine for alcoholism, which we thought was alcohol. It worked so well in the beginning. But in the end, we couldn't drink it because we have no control. That's alcoholism, but the medicine we use now, for me, I get so twisted up in my head, my thoughts and my personality and my character defects without AA meetings and without practicing AA principles. But since work started 2 months ago, 67 days ago to be exact, man, have I been restless, irritable, and discontent. Mike Tucker, how's it going, old friend? Teddy Bear, old friend. Teddy Bear, why is, all of your names are different colors. Oh, and I see the members. 15 of you. Let me just restate what I was talking about earlier. 15 of you are still members. I think it's 15 members. For those of you who are interested in joining the stream, the channel, I don't even know how to talk like a YouTuber anymore. A substitute. Then, let me and I'll talk about my substitutes I've been using. Well, I've always quit booze and a substitute creeps in. The first obvious thing to look out for is other drugs. But what about sex? But what about sloth? But what about shopping? Maxing out your credit cards. I did that one stint of sobriety a long, long time ago. Compulsive shopping. It's all serotonin. Dopamine. It's all dopamine. Forgive me. It's dopamine. It's more dopamine than it is serotonin. Dopamine. More that's happened is, for those of you who are familiar or have a regimen of antidepressants, I've been off Prozac for probably 6 months, maybe more, and I'm on Wellbutrin. Now, I haven't done a stream in a long time, and it's for one particular reason mostly. And that's my focus and energy levels are limited to what I am. Whoa! What's up, Teddy Bear? Looks like the James Brown. Welcome to Sober Sandwiches, Teddy Bear. Well, thank you. Wow. Teddy bear, a teddy bear. Boom. Boy, that James Brown was working nicely. Well, that just... amazingly, I knew this was going to happen. I feel like myself on these streams. You know where I don't feel like myself? At work. Being the new guy at work. Being among people that are not addicts and alcoholics. It's a personality disorder. We have personality defects. And I know there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. But one of the reasons I've been restless, irritable, and discontent, and just angry, and just pissed off at the world, getting cases of the F-its. F that person, F that job, F this day, F life. You don't have to lie or anything, but anybody who has felt this way, please tell me that you too have suffered this anguish of restlessness, irritability, and discontent, which I've talked about before is alcoholism. The medicine that we perceive is alcohol at first. That gets us into trouble over the years. So now the medicine has to be the principles and 12 steps of AA and the meetings. But I've been saying FAA. F God. I said, I have said that. Immediately, well, who knows? Like I said, it's a mental thing. I'm an alcoholic with a thinking problem. My problem wasn't alcohol. That was the perceived solution. So now I quit drinking 337 days ago, and still I act like a maniac sometimes. I think like a maniac sometimes. I'm just plagued by intrusive thoughts and negativity, and I'm not good enough, and I don't have enough. So for about 9 months, and I'm in my 12th month of sobriety right now, but for about eight months, I was going to meetings twice a day, maybe sometimes 3 times, sometimes 1 time. I was making meetings every day, different meetings, speaker meetings, celebratory meetings, discussion meetings, young people meetings, men's meetings. I was just going to meetings. Every day there was a meeting. And I started work. So I was going to AA for a living. I was like happy, joyous, and free. I was streaming every night. I was going to meetings. I was just happy, joyous, and free. Then I started work because I needed a job. Long story short, I tried the whole working from home thing. I tried being a YouTuber full time. I tried being a dog watcher, a stock swing trader, a weed salesman. But I have ADHD, and not just the kind they sing about in adult alternative songs. The diagnosed kind, the chronic kind, where you may think, oh, you just don't pay attention. No. Things happen, like I've been chewing my fingernails my entire life because of a lack of dopamine. My whole life is an unfinished project. I can hyper-focus, but I can't, only if my ADHD chooses that interest for that time. So I had to focus on work. So I've been focusing on work, and it's been It's been kind of bumming me out, man. Work sucks. I do appreciate, I'm grateful that I got the job as a letter carrier for the Postal Service. You know, solid job, benefits. But man, oh man, is it whack. I told myself I wasn't going to complain. But there's no air conditioning in these 37-year-old postal trucks. And I live in Texas. And they're just, it's preposterous. 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 Oh, okay, cool. How's the microphone? I'll go ahead and turn the Sober James song off. I'm glad I had it, though. Little did I know that I wasn't going to have sound. So, what were some almost a year sober, been here before. The disease to me is not drinking. The disease to me is thinking. So lately, you ever think you can think your way to a solution? Like we think our way, we have this illusion that we can think our way to a solution for our worries by thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. So there is no solution. Some things just have to play out. Some things you have to accept. Some things I have to just accept. The serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I will, and the wisdom to know the difference. I don't have that wisdom. You know what I mean? I'm Polish. I had some head injuries. I'm not that quick with some things. Wisdom comes with pain and time. You can only be your ideal version of yourself for so long. Burnout is inevitable, and that's okay. Man, sometimes I wonder, you ever just think, here's one thing I've been noticing. You ever watch a movie and some guy gets, let's say they're riding behind a truck and a steel bar comes off of the truck and javelins through the windshield of the car and hits the guy right in the face and kills him, goes right through his head. You're watching a movie and tell me, well, maybe I'm the only person on earth that says this, but I think in my head, well, I would have just moved. I would have, and it wouldn't happen to me. I would have somehow evaded it. Or a bullet, or COVID. Oh, it won't happen to me because I'm saying, like, I'll cover my face. Or I think I have so much control. It's this illusion of control. So when I go into a job like being a mail carrier, people told me, it's going to be hard work. I mean, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll just do it. You know what I mean? I won't mind it. I'll just think positively, access the ancient spiritual technique of mindfulness and meditation, which I never do. I rarely do. I probably did 0.05% of all my thinking in a mindful state. So I get into the job and it's hard ass work. Some of these hours, 12 hours. The first day was like 97 degrees. It was like a 10-hour day, no air conditioning in the truck. You have to sort all your mail. There's like 800 mailboxes you got to deliver to. We deliver Amazon packages, so you got to keep track of that. I'm not here to complain. I'm just saying, the past 67 days, and I've done hard jobs. Worked on the flight deck of a nuclear aircraft carrier. Half the time of the 18 months was on night ops during the night. I've been a union electrician. I've been a janitor. I've built automobiles. I've worked hard because my ADHD prevented me from ever using my brain. But I have muscles. And if you tell me what to do, as long as you're cool with me and I'm cool with you, and you tell me what to do and you're my boss and you pay me, that's the other thing about this job. You wouldn't think that the post office has trouble getting your numbers right, hours and money, but the system is jacked. And I have gotten, well, my first month, my pay was all jacked up. I am out some money. Now I diligently document every hour and photograph time cards and shit like that. Like it's my job. Like that's what's in my job description. Pay your employees. No, you pay your employee. That's the foundation of a employee-employer relationship. I do your work. You compensate me with your money. But I wasn't compensated. But anyway, I really doubt you guys want to hear me just rant and rave about all my problems. But the point is, here's the point. It doesn't matter how long you've been sober. I've had time sober and I've had time active addiction. But I've had a lot of time sober non-consecutively. It does, in my opinion, which doesn't rule, by the way, non-consecutive recovery is just as powerful as non-consecutive relapse. If you go a year and pick up booze again, you go a year without it and pick it up, you're going to pick up right where you left off and get worse. It progresses even when you're not drinking. That's because the drinking isn't the disease. The thinking is. Tina's talking about a doctor. Doc knows this about me, so I won't give me anything that really helps at all. Tina, I have anxiety with panic attacks at times, y'all, so I'm so scared that I will have one at work. I have not and can do some deep breathing, deep panic at bay. When I get home, I'm all about a beer or 10. For real, medication. That's the thing. You have severe anxiety. I've been feeling it too. Like, what is with all this stuff in life to do that has to be done? I got to get my oil changed. I got to get my dog's nails done and shit. And a hurricane rolls through my region, Hurricane Helene, and knocks a 100-foot tree down, crushes my fence. Now I got more stuff to do. Plus I got to activate my insurance. Then I got to make a roofing appointment because some shingles blew off. Every day, the relentless onslaught of responsibility. What the hell? The doctor's not listening to you? Yeah, those anxiety attacks. I don't know, I'm no doctor, but I've had some serious reactions to anxiety in my life. I don't know if the postal, if you ever want to carry mail for the post office, know this. It is a time speed thing. You have to be fast, and you only get fast with time. But they want you to get fast instantly. It's It's hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That's what the post office is. Yeah. So the panic attacks, what do you get? Short on breath and you sweat and like you just can't breathe and operate. I've never been short on breath, but I've had elevated heart rate and just I can't think. And I think this is more of an ADHD thing. But yeah, anxiety, aka restlessness, irritability, and discontent, aka depression. These are symptoms of alcoholism, unchecked. The main thing I'm learning is it doesn't matter what day you are in your sobriety and recovery journey. What day I am doesn't matter. It matters how I am that day. And this is where the one day at a time thing comes in. I'm not well versed in anxiety attacks, Tina, but I empathize with you, and I hope you find the help that you need. What's up, Lorena? I feel a sense of impending doom like right now. I'm always expecting doom. I don't know if it's a childhood thing or what. It's an alcoholism thing. If you go to an AA meeting, that's one of the things that all your answers will be answered by your sponsor. And it's usually, you're an alcoholic, bro. That's how we do. What's up, Daniel Kopic? Seen so many panic attacks, horrible stuff, but never understood how it happens other than ones that were triggered by physical shite. What's up, Tramiel? Things are going, November 30th will be my 1 year without a drink. So I have less than a month to be 1 year, but I would like to express what I've learned about time. It's one day at a time. That's how I got here. Except when I started working at the post office, I forgot about, I didn't forget, but that took precedent over my sobriety. And as we've talked about before, sobriety has to come first in the alcoholic and addict's life. That means treatment for your addiction. Resting on your laurels, being complacent, makes me miserable. Just miserable. And I get so miserable and dark that it'll start talking me out of going to meetings. That's where I find my relief. But it insists that that's not what's going to, it insists that you need to keep thinking about this or that and solve this and that. Nothing, you won't find any solutions at the meetings. That's just about alcohol. You don't have to worry about. I go to a meeting every single time I get out of a meeting. I feel like a changed man from when I walked into the meeting. I can have a horrible day, a horrible week, a horrible month, and even a horrible year. And then walk into a meeting and being like, oh, shit, that's what I needed. And there's nothing that you can pinpoint. There's some things that your logical brain tries to figure out, but there's multiple things that hit multiple facets of addiction, the disease. There's multiple things about a meeting that just turn it right around. Now, I have been in such a resistant mood. I've been in such active alcoholic thinking that I have sat through a meeting and still been like, fuck the world on the way out. But so has every alcoholic. What I'm saying is 95% of the time, I needed a meeting. I could be worried about my job. I could be worried about my social life. I could be worried about my finances. I could be worried about my dogs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if I don't hear or talk about anything like that in the meeting, it doesn't matter. It wasn't any of that stuff that was bothering me. It was actually my disease of alcoholism. The cunning, baffling, and powerful trickster that lies to you in your own voice. Wellbutrin isn't like speed to me, but it doesn't really, I don't know if it's doing anything. Maverick, what up? Ken. What up, Ken from Japan? Any relation to the Ken from Street Fighter? My uncle passed away, Maverick says. Was going to be done with drinking and drunk today. You're on it. You may be. That's an alcoholic for me. I've sworn off drinking. If I were to even try to count, it would be funny. And every alcoholic has. That is true. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to smoke weed. I smoke weed very little comparatively to what I did in my heyday of smoking hay. But I do. It's like medicine. And I like it. And I was just so fed up with nothing to come home to, nothing to look forward to, working 10-hour days, working 12-hour days, with nothing to, you know what I mean? I get lonely. I get restless. You know what I mean? I'm gonna smoke me some weed and fuck it. You know what I mean? Jaber, what up? What up, J Tabor? Yeah, I was smoking straight up cones, like 1.5 cones. I was smoking like 7 of them a day. And that was like, I don't know anything. Some days, the only thing I do seem to know infrequently is that I don't know shit. Like, I don't know shit. I guess is like the most wisdom I've accumulated is that I don't know. I don't know shit. And part of my stress from work is like, is my ADHD and my head injuries and my decades of drug and alcohol use going to affect how well and how quickly I learn how to do this job of sorting the mail and delivering the mail to like 800 mailboxes? Because they want speed. In fact, they speed right through training you and just throw you right in the fire. It's like the training is the job. But they have a minimal understanding that newcomers are going to take months and months to get up to speed to actually have a full route under their belt. But it is frustrating to be going as quickly as you can while still getting the job done and not crashing your mail truck or killing children, running over dogs and shit. And they're calling you like, you ain't done yet? But I try not to take it personally because, as you may know, addicts and alcoholics take everything personally. That's part of why we drink. Yeah, I miss my security posts, man. Oh, I love that job. Sorry to hear that, Jay Tabor. OCD, yeah. I mean, I think these are spectrum disorders. And I I got a large slice of the ADHD pie, small slice of the OCD pie. Well, you know, I loved growing, cultivating, drying, you know, and smoking cannabis. I loved it. 337 days ago, uh, you know, I got rid of all my cannabis equipment and stopped smoking. Um, Probably a month ago, I said, fuck it, I want to smoke a bowl. Except now I don't even have a bowl, and I don't even have any weed plants, and I don't even have any weed pounds, and I don't even have a grinder, and I don't even have my raw rolling tray, and I don't even, you know what I mean? Oh man, sour diesel was my first grow, Joe Shaves. I had 5 sour diesel plants, autoflower, which accumulated to just under a pound of weed. First grow ever. And I think I smoked it on the channel a while back, years ago. Oh man, sour diesel, bro, that shit was crazy. Uh, oh man, was it nice? Oh my goodness. Anyway, there are a few joys on earth than there is growing cannabis. That is the thing in my life right now, is that I got the job, and I got a job. I got a responsible job that with job security, and like, you know, so at least there's that. However, it's driving me crazy. I didn't know it was going to be 12-hour days. I got dogs, you know what I mean, that, you know, they'll live, but I don't like putting them through that to where I'm not around to let them out or feed them, you know what I mean, for 12 hours. 13 hours from door to door, you know what I mean? They see me. So, and it's like you work hard and fast and for 12 hours, and you're still not quick enough. But I realize it comes with time, but like, good God. That's part of the bro, it doesn't matter who's president. Weed is legalized, number one. But federally, weed will get legalized. It doesn't matter who's president. And I cast my vote earlier this week. I got something done. I'll give you a hint on who I voted for. It wasn't Trump, because that guy is a big, fat dumbass. Sorry, but not sorry. I mean, whoever can't see that is probably a big, fat dumbass as well, just saying. But thank God I cast my vote, and I'm not supposed to really talk about politics. Trump's not going to win, I know that. And it's going to be a joyous day. It's going to be a joyous day. Trump's an idiot. I think we all know that by now. Yo, you're talking to a Navy veteran, bro. So, like, that dude's a straight knob. That dude is a straight knob. Bro, he's not going to win. Well, what the fuck do we know? We don't know shit. But nobody's about Trump anymore. Except for, well, that's the unfortunate part. Kopic, what up? Well, anyway, nobody wants to talk about that because Well, we'll see. That's all I know. Bukowski drunk mailman idea. Was Bukowski a mailman? Oh shit. Z Carey, how's it going, man? Um, oh boy. Anyway, there's no talking about those things because well, who knows? There's psychological studies going on right now about why people still follow Trump. Yes. So what else? It's been it's been stressful. It's been stressful. But every time I make it to every time I make it to a meeting, um, and it's hard for me to say this because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense, but every time I make it to a meeting, I am treated. My ailment is treated. I come out feeling better than when I went in. And my one of the main objectives of this stream was to try to relate to anybody that is it just feels so bad during the day sometimes, like so frustrated, restless, irritable, discontent. You know what I mean? I wanted you to be able to relate and vice versa that I've been feeling that way too. You know? I've been feeling horrible, just so frustrated. I mean, just picture seeing your mailman drive by in that busted ass mail truck, like, except you hear like, fucking shit, God fucking damn it. And then you see my goofy ass like vaping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if anybody from work has found out that I'm a YouTuber and you're watching right now, this is all fiction. I don't be vaping in the mail truck. But yeah. So I've been getting super frustrated. Super frustrated. Bro, I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you have a positive opinion about Donald Trump and JD Vance, you need to get your head checked, period. I'm sorry, I can have an opinion. That's just my opinion. It is very obvious that those two schmucks are like a joke and it's like a prank on humanity to see how we will act. And let me just tell you, people, it hasn't been good how y'all been acting towards Trump and shit. Like for real. That dude is a joke, and so is JD Vance. That's all I'm gonna say. And transparent. And it's very obvious to see what's going on in that whole thing. And I have no idea, and neither does science or technology, or about how. Some people say it's racism. Racism lasts, and racists vote for white Republicans that are also racist. That's what some people are saying, is that racism is so prevalent underneath the surface that people use their voting preferences to express it. And did you see the Republican whatever? The rallies, but the what was the one? It looked like a KKK rally. That's what Donald Trump events look like. So I don't even want to hear it. Whatever. But I got opinions, so I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about them all the time. But let me just, I am a proud hater of Trump. It really doesn't even really matter who would run up against him. For real. Just not that guy. As soon as Trump entered the scene, just not that guy. I mean, I think someone's playing a joke here. If that's a real presidential candidate, this was like 2016. It's like, is this a joke? Yo, when Trump started getting poll numbers in 2016, Australia came out with like the Australian Post. It just had a picture of him and it just said WTF. Australia said WTF when Trump won in whenever the hell, I don't know, I blacked out. As soon as the Trump era started, I blacked out and now I'm just coming to. But I'm just another guy, so are you. So we all get to have our opinions without hating each other's guts. But I won't date a Trumper. I have, but that was before I knew. But whatever, you know what I mean? Kamala's gonna win anyway, so it's all good. What else? So yeah, I still go to meetings. I don't like leaving my dogs alone. And they say alcoholics will make any excuse to not make a meeting. They say if you want to hide something from an alcoholic, the best place to put it would be in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Because an alcoholic's never going there. But the meetings I do make help. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if the meeting doesn't have anything to do with what I thought my problem was that day. Something about the meeting. Something about the meeting helps. But fuck politics, number one. I don't even know why I'm working for the government again. And I expected good things. But they barely pay me. You know what I mean? See, this person, Foodie Beauty Stan, longtime viewer, praying and voting for Trump, leaving. Well, I'm praying that the next bullet hits Trump. How about that? And you can leave if you want to. Because I have the right to prayer and religion and political freeness or whatever. Who cares? That's been the least of my worries. That's been the very least of my worries. What's up, Holly? Well, Foodie, if you really want to be like that, just know that my vote for Kamala cancels your vote for Trump out. Your vote means nothing because I voted for Kamala. So if you want to, hate and storm out and slam proverbial doors and act like, Trump, then just know that my vote for Kamala cancels your vote for Trump out. I don't even have to study Kamala, although I do like her. I think whatever. You never can tell with these people, but I don't get a bad feeling from her or Tim Walz. There's nobody on earth that should not get a bad feeling when they look or listen to Trump. I mean, instant recognizable idiot. And that's just the person. What he says about politics, you can't even listen to him. He's had a plan. He's had a concept of a plan for 8 years. He's had a concept of a plan on how to change Obamacare or whatever for 8 years. And we got a plan. Concepts. I have concepts of a plan. He's an idiot. Point blank. I mean, am I telling a lie? I don't. I think even Trumpers know that Trump is an idiot, like a dumbass, a schmuck. He's an idiot. And Tim Walz, who is this person? Doesn't even know how to order a donut. He's like, give me that one with the glaze on it and whatever makes sense. He said those words. Kopic, now you know. You all know. Listen, you all think you know something. I think I know something. Or what, are you surprised that we have different opinions? I think I know without a shadow of a doubt that Trump is a fascist dumbass that thinks only about himself and will fuck all of us over at the drop of a hat. The dude is selling Trump Bibles made in China. Trump is selling Trump Bibles made in China. Do I have to even say anything else? Trump is selling Trump engraved holy Bibles that are all made in China for top dollar. He's selling them. That's what he thinks about you as a person and as a country and as a religion. Look, I didn't make that up. I'm telling you without bias. I'm telling you a fact. And when Trump's talking, it's no longer fact checking. It is lie verifying. When Trump talks, you don't fact check, you lie verify. Because there are no facts. There are no facts being spoken from that person. Bro, it's going to be a much better country. I served in 2 military operations after September 11th, 2001. I served my 4 years right after that. Persian Gulf operations, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom. The country is ready to turn the page on that guy. And, but whatever. I don't even know. Word, Daniel? Okay. I'll bet you, I'll bet you $1,000. I'll bet you $1,000. We'll be here for the next election. There's some Biden. Yo, Biden's the man, number one. That is one cool ass cat. You know who's not? Trump. You know who's a fun old guy? Joe Biden. You know who's a grumpy, perverted, rapist, felon of an old guy? Trump. So I could go on and on with poignant arguments, but you really don't even need to argue the point of Trump being a total and complete imbecile, translucent, see-through asshole of an idiot. It's a joke. I'm literally been waiting for 8 years or however long that fucking apprentice guy started running for president. I've been literally waiting for like Ashton Kutcher or somebody to come out and say, you've all been punked. But let's get out of here. This is this stream has turned sour because you fuckers like Trump, which I have no idea how. I have no idea how you were fooled, but you know, whatever. In any case, I've been delivering mail. I've been a dry drunk. This is honestly, you're catching me on a good night. I have tomorrow off. And what else? Oh, I'm still sober, but I don't feel like it. On these angry days, I'm just like blackout angry. Just blackout upset. Just almost uncontrollably upset. And it doesn't matter. I'll wake up and just be like, fuck, another day of this bullshit. But I was making meetings every day. I wasn't like that. Every day that I make a meeting, I'm not like that. And the day after might be good too. But the day after, if I still haven't made a meeting, fucking bullshit. You know? I know my vote for Kamala will cancel out another man's Trump vote. And that's really all I can do when I see that racist, fascist, dictator, liar, selfish, narcissist, idiot, sexist, just fuck of a man. I mean, he's not even a man with his tiny fucking hands and his, I mean, Stormy Daniels said he has a tiny penis. He looks like a standing tiny penis. He somehow weaseled his way into the White House. I don't think it's happening again. If it does, it's not even going to fucking matter. What's it going to matter? You guys act like it matters who the president is. Talking about CNN or Fox News or whoever the fuck tells you that the economy is suffering because of who the candidates are. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to repeat this at the bar, at work. I'm going to repeat this because it sounds smart. The president has very little to do with how the economy is doing. But whatever. I don't even want to fucking talk about it. I don't know shit about any of that shit either. I do know one thing. And it's not Trump 2024. Let me just put it like that. That is one thing I can confidently say is that Trump is not a fit president. He doesn't even make a fit McDonald's employee. He doesn't make a fit garbage man. These are the jobs that he's dressed up as. These past, because he doesn't even know what a fryer's called. He's like, yeah, but I put the fries in the... Oh, now it sounds like Woody. He's like, it's terrible. Great people at McDonald's. They put the fries in whatever you call that thing they put the fryers in. It's a fryer, bro. It's not called a Frencher, I'll tell you that. It's a fryer. What's up, Sleep Sinatra? Yeah, there's only two outcomes in Trump's mind. I was cheated and lost, or I won and deserved it. That's it. And he's gonna, but whatever. Who the fuck cares? We're talking about real shit, day-to-day life, not stupid orange politicians. Did you see his mouth? His mouth's all white and his eyes are all white. He's a fucking idiot. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. And it's going to be funny once he's just dead. Just out of the race. Just like beaten by justice. Listen, bro, I have a very sensitive injustice, sensor. I can't stand injustice. Not getting paid by your employer, I'm not going to shut up about it. There's a big orange dumbass running for president again, I'm not going to shut up about it. But whatever. I'm a sober alcoholic. I don't fucking medicate to where I'm blacked out. I don't drink. I don't pop pills. I don't smoke crack. And I've done all this shit. And I don't snort pills and I don't pop Xanax 8 at a time. And I've done all that shit. I'm in recovery. I smoke a little weed. For those of you who want to quit nicotine, these are nicotine lozenges. I had a doctor tell me that why don't you just do these mints? Because yeah, Nick Tax. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, I got sick of vaping, and when those vapes get low, you get a headache. I don't know. I got a member. I got a member that joined this stream. Once I got out of YouTube jail and got monetization back in October 16th is when I got remonetized. I saw that I still had 15 members, and I'm like, man, I miss my people. Not just because you're members, but because you're so loyal. And I'm telling you right now, the me you get is the full-on me. Anybody who knows the full-on me will tell you this. But the me, and when I'm out in public, I'm not always the full-on me. Yeah, I got the vape again, and I'll end up smoking cigarettes and stuff. This is when I know that my disease of addiction and alcoholism, which isn't the smoking cigarettes, even the medicating with weed, is part of my disease of addiction. Weed just happens to be the very less of all the evils. And it helps. Drinking is totally off the table. I've tried to bring it back on the table probably over 100 times in my entire life, been sober and brought booze back on the table. It's just off the table. An alcoholic cannot drink. We have no off switch. There is no off switch. And alcohol, believe it or not, is literally and statistically the most deadly drug on earth. It kills more people a year than all other drugs combined. And maybe you could just look it up if you don't believe me. But yeah, anyway, me expressing my freedom of choice, opinion, politics, religion, by simply saying I voted for Kamala has started a bunch of Trumpers, filling their diapers on the channel. So you guys get really mad when your daddy is voted against, but that's just how he has you. That's just how he has you. And I don't know, mass hallucinations. I have no idea. But it's being studied. The Trump phenomenon is being studied. Why are there so many people fooled by this fool? But it'll all be revealed. History always reveals things. But anyway, I wanted to check in, see how you guys are doing, Tina, and I'm sorry about your panic attacks. I think it was Tina. Yeah, Tina and Mike Tucker. I feel anxiety like a mofo, and it makes you scared and angry. And I've just been feeling it. I've been a dry drunk. When I don't go to meetings, I'm a dry drunk. And a dry drunk is the very simple, total explanation of it is restless, irritable, and discontent. Mean, sad, mad, sometimes aggravated. I mean, just dry drunk is just misery. And if I continue being a dry drunk, not going to meetings, because the meetings are my medicine. It used to be alcohol and wild ass drugs used to be my medicine. And now it doesn't matter. If I'm not going to meetings, if I'm not taking care of myself spiritually, mentally, it's a mental illness and a spiritual malady. Alcoholism is. I'll end up drinking again because look, there's days where I'm just like, fuck everything. The case of the fuckets. And I know you guys can relate. That's a very dangerous place for an addict and alcoholic to be in. There was a movie about a guy played by Nick Cage. The movie was called Leaving Las Vegas. And that alcoholic said, fuck it. He said, fuck everything. And it killed him. He committed suicide by saying, fuck it, and drinking himself to death. Well, it's good to see y'all. Thank you for joining. Forgot your name already. No, I didn't forget it. I just misplaced it. Teddy Bear, thank you for joining Sober Sandwiches, the tier of membership. And thank you all for coming to say hello. And I don't even feel ready to sponsor you people. I haven't felt good about streaming. That's why I haven't been streaming. The main reason is I've been focusing on work and I can only focus on one thing at a time. If I divide my attention, it starts getting fractured into many splinters and just like falls to pieces. So for 2 months, I haven't streamed. But another reason is also because I've been a dry drunk. Like I've been stressed about work, stressed about, myself. Like when you stop drinking, you wake, it's like you wake up into your life that you've drank over and you're just like, fuck, man. Christmas is coming. seasonal sadness disorder is upon me. You look around, you see all these families. I deliver to some of the nicest houses with the nicest Halloween decorations. Now it's going to be Thanksgiving. I get to deliver mail to all these rich families that are just gathering for holidays. And I'm like, I don't have the capacity to like even hold a relationship. Like my relationships over the course of my life have fallen to pieces. Now, in the book and in meetings, they'll say that's a characteristic of an alcoholic, not really good in relationships. Yeah, that's great. That makes me feel so much better. But it's like, you wake up and you're just like, I'm retarded? Recovery dog, what up? Can all be overwhelming. I find when I'm working with a newcomer that all my problems that seem to be mountains of sudden become molehills. God does what I can't in those times. This is true. I've noticed the same thing. I had a long day, frustrated at work today, and on the way home, I noticed a lady in the street that we have had our conversations about her family member that's an alcoholic and all of it. Anyway, that was the lady. I don't know how many of you remember. That was my arch nemesis neighborhood Karen. The HOA Karen was my arch nemesis. I did the right thing, apologized one day, and now we're friends. And she ended up opening up to me about family member. Anyway, to make your point, to solidify, to agree with your point, recovery dog, just talking to another suffering alcoholic or even a family member of an alcoholic. Good one, Jay. Helps. And these are the weird things that help the disease of addiction and alcoholism. They're things you think that the first mistake we made was we think that drinking booze feels good, so it has cured me of my awkwardness, my social anxiety, my panic attacks, my depression. All that shit is out the window when you first drink. But so your life goes out the window over the years and you figure out you can't drink. Now what's your medication? Well, there's outside help. Like I still have to set up an appointment. I got to see a therapist. I got to see a shrink. I got to talk to, I can't just be talking to you guys and shit. And random people at work. I got to see a shrink. There's that. But AA meetings, tip top. Meeting makers make it. I still believe this. And I'll still watch myself not going to a meeting and being like, oh boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now that I came out of the closet, so to speak, as a miserable dry drunk, I feel a little better about it. Yeah, I talked to my sponsor. He was in a particularly good mood when I broke the news of me being in a particularly foul mood. He had just bought a puppy, and I was trying to tell him how depressed I am. And, it really wasn't jiving. But you know how the 100-pound phone is. And I'm into reworking the steps, especially the fourth step, the character defects, to see which of my pesky character defects is causing me all this pain. And it comes back to ego. Here I am almost weeks away from being a year sober. And I've gotten a job at the post as a postal carrier. I've gotten out of debt. Mostly. Some more best good things have happened. But anyway, if I were to round up my point, what in the world? It would be this. Life happens in sobriety. I had my little sister died of a heroin overdose. Less than, it was in this year of, it was this summer. And, life happens. But it has been told to me by the old timers with decades of sobriety. If you're an alcoholic that hasn't drank today, it's a good day. Yeah, I know, recovery dog. We think we know what people are thinking. I'm thinking he's going to be like all brought down. He's not going to want to talk about my problems and shit. And, but I call my sponsor. But yeah, I was going to sponsor some people. Actually, I was never going to sponsor some people before. This time I did it by the book, everything by the book. The book said it, I'm doing it. Practice the principles in all of my affairs. I had all 12 principles as my wallpaper on my phone for like three months. Honesty is number one. Or is humility? I don't know. But in any case, I bid you all a good night, and I apologize for not streaming, but you're not the boss of me. I'm just kidding. I had a job to do. I have to learn how to be a postman, and I still haven't learned yet. And 12-hour days to come home. I walk my dogs twice a day. I walk them at like 5 in the morning before I go to work, and I walk them at like 5 or 6 in the evening. Because I'm bragging, okay? I'm bragging now. I walk my dogs twice a day because I'm the man. See, my ego will run. Deliver us from ego. Deliver me from ego. But here, in a nutshell, I've found that meditation, mindfulness, and just no mind are the only thing that works. And reading the daily reflections or talking with another alcoholic and then spending some time thinking about that reading or thinking about that conversation. Therefore, you're not thinking about what your alcoholic mind wants you to think about. This is meditating on AA script or literature. And that's what I've been finding helps. Just stop thinking. Please, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Please, God, help me, because my mind is killing me. And I just wanted you guys to know that in case your minds are killing you as well. And I will see you soon. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere, but forgive me if I'm not eager to stream after 12-hour work days and shit. Also, I don't want to get on here and complain. I've done much of it today on here, and I could just fill hours with just the mail truck alone. I could fill hours with death trap of a heat box of a gasoline smelling doo-doo is that mail truck. But anyway, that's the other reason I don't want to spread toxicity. You know what I'm saying? I want to be positive. And I do have positivity, but it is few and far between if I don't treat it with the spiritual solution of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I'm not a spokesperson for them. I'm just telling you what the only thing that brings me back to myself, to sanity, the only thing that relieves me of my restlessness, irritability, and discontentment is meetings, talking to another alcoholic, and living in the principles. And gratitude. But dude, sometimes it gets so dark, you're like, man, motherfuck gratitude. Stupid ass bullshit gratitude. You just be like, fuck everything. And the reason I'm telling you guys this truth about me is because I don't want anybody to feel like I feel sometimes. So I just want you to know, if you ever feel like that, we all do. I think. I know I do. But anyway, best to you. Halloween's over. We still got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's to sweat alcoholic bullets through and deal with annoying ass human beings and life's trials and tribulations without the seemingly and promising easy relief of alcohol. Well, fuck it. Play the tape through. All right, y'all. It's good to see you and be seen. Until the next one, keep it clean, keep it real, and keep doing the damn thing as long as it's in God's will. Peace.